You can probably hear all sorts of wind because it is very windy today. It's very sunny, but very windy. And boiling in my car. The plan of action is another reading thing, because that's all I do. City like normal, you know, it's a bit of a routine now at this point, isn't it? Yeah, city, and I'm gonna go to Waterstones because I need to return some books, because I got sent them twice, even though I only ordered them once, but they still got sent twice, so I need to return them so I get my money back. And then I need to return the library books I got last time as well. I only actually read one of them. The other two I did start and I did try to read, and it just wasn't happening. So, bit of a fail there. But alas, it happens. I think I might have a look and see what other books I've got in there. I'm not too fussed at the minute. I'm still in a bit of a reading slump, I guess. But we move. Anything to try and get out of it, I guess. So I might have a quick browse. Just to see. Maybe there might be a new release there or something. Who knows? I'm obviously going to go into a cafe. Probably Cafe Nero, because I think I have a free drink there. So if I don't have to spend any money today, that would be great. Because I'm nearly broke. But it's fine. City trip, Waterstones, the library. Just got some errands to run, really, which is mostly me just returning books. I might see if they've got anything in Waterstones, but they probably haven't. There was one book I wanted last time I was in there. I cannot remember for the life of me what it's called, but maybe I'll grab that one. Maybe I won't. We'll see. But yes, hopefully everything goes according to plan today, and I don't lose my mind. Short and sweet. We like it. Let's move. Let's go. Do the thing. Hello, hi again. I felt like talking, which is crazy. I know, I don't often feel like talking. You might be able to hear my dog in the background snoozing away. So if it sounds a bit snory, my dog's in here. And she's very tired and very old. But I felt like doing a kind of roundup of March's books, because it's April tomorrow, April 1st. And this month was terrible. It was not a great reading time for me. I started so many books, DNF'd so many books. It was not great. I think I finished all of 3-4 books. I think I finished all of 4 books this month, which is very low for me. So yeah, just a quick little summary. I've got Goodreads down here so that I can look at it and know what I'm actually talking about, because I mean, looking at it, half of them I don't remember reading, so we're already off to a great start. The first one I actually finished was The Last Dragon King, which was one that I picked up from the library last time I went. I think it's part of a trilogy, and I think every book focuses on like a different character. Don't quote me on that. But it had like the typical, maybe I've already talked about it, I can't remember. It had like the typical formula, I guess, of the king needs a wife because his wife's dead. So everyone knows about it, like all the villages and towns and whatever know about it. And everyone, like all the women start going crazy. And of course our main female character in it doesn't want anything to do with him, but of course ends up having to spend time with him. So, you know, I think there's magic in it, can't quite remember. But yeah, so The Last Dragon King I did read, I don't remember much of. That's the theme for this month apparently. The second book was Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood, and I wasn't gonna read it yet. I was meant to leave it for a while, like on my list. It was a bit further down, but I essentially got bullied into finishing it and starting it by my friend Erica. So thanks Erica, that was great. It was a great time, of course it was a great time. I mean, The Love Hypothesis by obviously Ali Hazelwood as well was great. I read that one first, and then I bullied Erica into reading it. So just a bit of role reversal there, if you will. 'Twas great, 5 stars. However, we were talking about it, like me and Erica were talking about it after I'd read it, and we both came to the conclusion that as we were reading it, we thought that like the main guy in it, I think his name's Levi in this one, the main guy we thought was the exact same guy as in The Love Hypothesis to start off with. Like we were reading it like, I'm sure this is the same guy. What? It isn't, but it could be, it might as well be. It's like some kind of parallel universe type stuff happening in our brains, but we honestly thought it was the same guy. Because they're that similar. And like the books are very similar as well. Same kind of plot, formula, if you will. But it was great, 10 out of 10. I think it brought me out of like a reading slump for all of 5 minutes. Which is my fault, not the book's fault. But it, yeah. Great, happy time. You know, it's like the usual fluffy romance. Except that it was a bit more... It made me a little bit more angry at the beginning, I will say. Mostly just in the sense of like academic rage from a female point of view. It wasn't a great time. It was not good. But yeah, that one was great. I literally wrote 10 out of 10, love this book. Definitely one that I'll probably reread at some point when I need like a cutesy romance. to bring me out of something, like an existential crisis. Or the other book that I finished this month was Marked by PC Cast, which is like the first one in the House of Night series, which apparently is like 11 books. What? Again, Erica bullied me into reading it, except they didn't really bully me into reading it. It was, again, one of our like book swaps we did. So I gave them one of the Crazy Cole Immortal After Dark books, and I annotated halfway, and then I ran out of time, and they did the same thing with this one. And it was like the premise of like the book swaps is what our favorite books are, and we annotate it and we give it to each other for like special occasions like Christmas or birthdays. This one was Christmas, I think, and I only just got around to reading it. We had like a little reading day evening around their house, and started it, did not finish it. But I did finish it before April, so it counts. Do I remember much from it? The answer is no. However, no, there's no however, I don't remember much. It was very like teeny, very YA, but that makes sense because that's exactly what it is. It's like a vampire YA, think Twilight, but probably better, you know? I will admit, and I even said it to Erica, that the only reason I kept reading it was for like one scene that happened near the start, and then the character, I was hoping the character within that scene would keep reappearing, and he finally did right near the end. Eric Knight. So the only reason I actually finished it is because I wanted more interactions between whatever the main character is called and Eric, because I'm a sucker for like the tall, dark, handsome, morally ambiguous characters. So that's the only reason. The final one that I finished this month, like actually finished, is Her Majesty's Royal Coven by Juno Dawson, which I found in the library of all places, like most recently, within this video actually, and it was great. Like 5-star again. Well, actually no, that's a lie. It was a 5-star up until right at the end when something happened. I won't say what, but something happened like within the last, literally the last chapter, which is maybe 3 pages long, and I was like, fuck this. So I ended up making it 4 stars because I was really mad at the ending, and I feel like the only reason the author did it was so that book 2, maybe book 3 if there do be book 3, but so that book 2 actually had a purpose. But obviously it's witches, covens, and current times. So it's like what coven is in today's society. Like I explained it to Erica because I mentioned that I'd finished it and that it was probably their cup of tea. And I essentially said that it reminded me of the Crimes of Grindelwald thing that happened. I cannot remember. Fantastic Beasts, right, yeah, the Crimes of Grindelwald one. So it had that kind of, like they're pretty identical to be fair. You have like an institution which manages all the witches and warlocks in this case, and you had like Big Bad and a bunch of people who think that mundanes, regular people, should essentially be slaves to witches and warlocks. So yeah, it's very similar. So it's funny, it was like that, and then also a bit of like witchery info dumping almost, which was kind of annoying, kind of boring, but also kind of interesting. Only boring if you already know a bit about it. I did also have a few books this month that I started and DNF'd because my brain wasn't in it. The Intoxicating Mr. Lavelle. I started reading that one, just couldn't get into it. I think it was too like heavy. And the second one I got from the library I think was The Mad Woman's Ball, which again, it sounded great. It was way thinner. I think it was maybe 200 pages. And I started it and then I just couldn't get that far into it. I think because it was set like 1800s, and my brain just wasn't having any of it. And also because I know that they've done a Prime adaptation, like film for it, so I was like, oh well, I could just watch the film. Yeah, those two from the library didn't finish. Didn't really matter though because I didn't buy them, so it was fine. However, I am currently reading like 3 books, I think, right now. Three. One of them is a library book, so that one kind of is on a time thing. It needs to be returned. One of them I've been reading since January because I was waiting for the second book to arrive in the post, and then I was waiting for the third book to come. And the third book has come. It finally arrived the other day. So now I feel like I can carry on. And the other book I started because I was listening on Scribd, and I just finished another book on Scribd, and I am refusing to use Audible now. So I needed to find another book on my list within the Scribd catalogue to listen to. So that was that one. Yeah, 3 currently. Yeah, the first one is the embroidered book. The second one I'm reading is this one. And the other book is this one, which is Chain of Gold. But yeah, that's it. March was not a great month for reading, apparently. Finished 4 books, DNF'd 3, 4, and I'm currently reading 3. 4, 3. Numbers. So yeah, that's all I've got. It was not in depth at all, but that's fine. Anyways, I will see you later. So, bye for now. Ta-da. See you some other time.